What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Channel. My name is AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with Troubleshooter. Okay, so a weird kind of like comedy of errors has happened to me recently with trying to record this game. At the end of the last video, the game kind of froze on me. That's kind of why it ended so abruptly. So, you know, I wasn't able to come back into the office to talk to everybody and then, traditionally close out the video. I tried to record this video again a day and a half ago, and we ran into an issue of the game freezing on me again, and this time my computer, I had to completely restart my computer, and I lost the video, so I lost this little bit here in the office. There really wasn't anything here in the office other than, hey, Zing, you're back, yay, don't you rely on the team, and all that general good feeling crap. I also went into the next mission, which is a request by Isaac, and the mission is one of those missions that I really hate because I only have one member of my team, like a small group of allies, and a whole bunch of enemies closing in on us. So it's kind of a shit situation, but Inspector Isaac wants to meet with us. That's the general idea. You didn't miss a whole lot when like I said, I came back into the office, so that's the skinny. Let's get into the fat. I like that expression. There's probably already an expression. I'm probably not that creative. Either way, I wonder what's up with Inspector Isaac. Let's accept his request, and I'm going to guess load screen. Oh, no. Hello, this is Albus. I'm leaving the office soon. Do you have time for us to get together today? No problem. Why don't we meet at the Skywind Food Street? Skywind Food Street? I'll send you the location to your phone. Alright, I'll see you then. Isaac, look who's here. Good morning, Inspector Isaac. What are you doing here? I've been assigned to serve in the Windwall District from now on. What? The HQ of VHPD requested for the reassignment of an officer, and he volunteered for it. I was wondering myself when I saw the papers this morning. A year since we met at the VHPD field exercise. Yes, sir. Thank you for back then, sir. Well, it's good for us. We needed another officer for the SWAT team. I should mention, Joel, don't expect an immediate job advancement. Whatever. It's alright. I was aware of that when I accepted the post, ma'am. Says Joel. Well then, take good care of Joel, Isaac. Inspector Isaac, didn't you leave the office just now? I brought some food. I'm still on duty. It's already 2 hours past the end of your shift, sir. Someone has to finish the remainder of the work. You have to work overtime 365 days. Sorry, I'm so used to saying it that way. You have to work overtime 365 days a year to finish all of the work we've allocated each day. I don't mind. I'll be sitting here starting tomorrow. I'll take over the remainder of the work. The food is getting cold. I know you haven't had dinner. Do you like this job? Likes and dislikes don't matter to me. I'm a police officer because I have the idea of protecting others. This is the first time we've been dispatched together in a while. I'm sorry to bother you with this. You're supposed to be off duty today. No need to concern yourself, sir. I wouldn't have become a police officer if I didn't care about this stuff. How are you dealing with the misdemeanors in the district? It only makes me respect you more. How did you manage when you were in this position? You seem to be having a hard time. It isn't hard, it's just that petty criminals won't listen to me. I wish they had just a little bit of concern for others. I say they just don't know how to get along in this new society. If we can't embrace them, I understand. You've told me several times. You said that the society should embrace them, stubbornly sticking to judging and punishing them by laws will only push them further to the other side of the road. Eventually, that would end up creating bigger problems. Though, if I'm honest, I sometimes wish I could just send them away to prison. To give them something to reflect about. It's society that's the problem, not the individuals. Others find you difficult because you say things like that. By the way, who are we working with this time? Roberto of the Troubleshooter Company Disarmers. Ah, the young troubleshooter. Right, the boy who's making a fuss about becoming a troubleshooter specializing in violent cases. Yeah, well, it's thanks to him that the force doesn't hesitate to send police to these violent cases. I'm pleased he shows such spirit. I know how you feel. Everything has its pros and cons. Listen, Joel, do you not care whether you risk your life or not? I ordered you to wait for the troubleshooters to arrive before beginning the mission. Jesus Christ. I want the good ones to live a good life. As Joel's way of managing crimes became more and more aggressive, the sense of anxiety within Isaac grew bigger and bigger. If anyone were to be sacrificed for some reason, it would be better if it were troubleshooters, those who work for their own self-interests. Far better for it to be someone who's in it for the profits to be consumed than someone whose duty is to serve others. You and your men are Valhalla's last line of defense. Do not take their lives lightly. The Valhalla which you and I both protect will continue on in the future. Society would change if only if there are more people like you. So look further ahead and take good care of yourself, sir. I mean it. He's the real thing. He's a proper troubleshooter, I tell you. A proper troubleshooter, huh? Don't talk nonsense. I'd seen it just once in my life. 10 years ago when I was assigned to this district like Joel. Well, there's only 2 of them for now, but I'm sure they'll be Valhalla's #1 eventually. If that company from back then hadn't disbanded, they would have been #1. Silver lining. The best troubleshooter company that was ever established in this district. Right, so what's the name of the troubleshooter group you keep praising? Welcome, Inspector. Same menu as usual, spicy udon with egg and some red pepper powder. When will you stop calling me Inspector? I know I should call you Mr. Isaac, but I just can't help it. Mister. Just call me Isaac. If it doesn't bother you, I'll just stick with Inspector Isaac. If it weren't for you, I'd still be sneaking and thieving. Call me what you wish. By the way, is it okay for you to have them just standing at the back? They're all getting paid for it. Gangsters getting paid. The world has changed quite a lot. Our company will pay for tonight's sales, so you don't have to worry. I see you've changed as well, spending money so liberally. All things change over time. I occasionally hear people babble nonsense about you and your goals, Inspector, if they only knew you. But those of us who've been rehabilitated by you, we still support you. You guys are mistaken. I'm only the boss of a company now, just a businessman. After a short, awkward silence, Yusuke looked to the other side of the street. Oh, is it Albus of the 11th hour you've been waiting for? That's right. I had a feeling this wasn't going to be just an ordinary meeting. Do you want me to leave? We'll take our orders if you aren't here. Yeah, you seem to have arranged this meeting privately. I can tell you don't want to be overheard. It's even more conspicuous for 2 guys to sit at a food stand without an owner. You don't have to be considerate. It's fine. Welcome. How have you been? Good, how have you been? I've been well. The one who usually drops by here isn't here. I couldn't help but order before you arrived. Go ahead and order whatever you want. I'll have the udon as well, please. Yes, got it. It's been 6 months. I've been well. Inspector Isaac Gordon. He aided Albus as he first arrived to the district to begin running 11th hour. Do you still visit your mother's grave? I would very much like to, but regular visits would give the gangs a reason to vandalize the place, so I refrained from it. Albus had already been attacked twice while visiting his mother's grave. He didn't want to cause noise in the resting place for the deceased. That's rational of you. Someone like Irene would never give up visiting the cemetery and chase after the criminals. Right? That's the sort of thing I expect from Irene. Isaac and Albus had a long chat regarding 11th hour and VHPD. What do you think about the criminals who paid for their crimes? Huh? Atrocious criminals atoning for their crimes with the standards set by the government and re-entering society. What's your take? Albus knew that Isaac was referring to the Black Tiger Gang. Lately, there have been many Black Tiger Gang members turning themselves in regarding numerous unsolved cases. Frankly speaking, I don't know. For the past year, Black Tiger has caused no violence. Most of the members involved in violent acts left Valhalla. They won't be coming back until their statutes of limitations expire. I'm pretty sure it would be the statutes of limitations expire, not there, but whatever. I know I'm focusing too much right there on the grammar. And I'm making those who were involved in crimes that carry a sentence of less than 3 years in jail turn themselves in. After the rehabilitation, Black Tigers will turn into an official troubleshooter company. Miss Giselle, about the Black Tigers, are we just going to ignore them? What would you have us do about them? I meant... They are urgently inclined to become a troubleshooter company. They've even gone so far as to put an ex-inspector of SWAT as their top executive. We would have already intervened if they posed a threat to public order. But they were involved in hundreds of violent acts up until last year. What's your point? We're already lacking in manpower. Do you think it's a good time to make more trouble for ourselves? No. Do you see now why Black Pearl has over 300 official troubleshooters, but only Criminal Case Team 9 deals with violent cases? Ever since 11th Hour's establishment, Albus has solved many cases, but crimes never rest. The company couldn't act as a deterrent to criminal activity. Once Black Tiger becomes a troubleshooter company, they will become the biggest company in the district and possess the greatest number of troubleshooters. The company would not only be able to respond to cases occurring simultaneously, but also act as a strong deterrent to crimes. And their legal protection fees will turn into legal case rewards, not to mention that they'll start paying taxes on that money. Frankly speaking, I don't like the idea of a criminal organization washing their hands of their past crimes and entering the sunny side of society. The situation has changed, and it's 11th Hour that's inspired them to become troubleshooters. Excuse me? What do you think troubleshooter and criminal organizations have in common? They share a pursuit of profits. The cost of maintaining their business as a crime organization now includes having a war of attrition against 11th Hour. On the other hand, the cost is relatively small to change into a troubleshooter organization so that they can monopolize support from the districts under their jurisdiction and pick up cases that 11th Hour don't take. In the past, there were other fearsome gangs running about, and the cost of turning against them was large. However, right at that moment, there are no major gangs to pose a threat against the Black Tigers. The reason they chose to do illegal business in the first place was because it was the most profitable approach at the time. However, now that you've shown how profitable a legal business can be, they would prefer to become a troubleshooter company just like ours. They are adapting to the changing times, all in the name of profit. I understand what you're saying, but still, I can't accept the fact that criminals are now erecting a legal company after making such dirty money through illegal business. That is a bitter part of reality. They won't be able to forget their past easily either. It's why the government is making it difficult for them to establish themselves as a troubleshooter company. They will likely have to undergo some hardships. You're not as surprised as I expected. This doesn't seem to be news to you. It was. I thought you would have something to say about it. Irene would have sprung at me. I can see that. We should be thankful Irene isn't here right now. Yusuke, could you give us a minute? Alright, I'll grab something from the convenience store. Good. This is information about an Orichalum ranked project managed by the central government system of Valhalla. Security rank Orichalum. The next level security right after Mithril. The informant is Sharky, the leader of Spoonism. Why would you give this to me? I had thoughts on discarding it, but I relented. I was too embarrassed and sorry for my colleagues who arduously worked for Valhalla's public order. However, I don't have the guts to reveal what's on it. Just a petty excuse from a man who knows his limits. I will eventually discard this, but I thought you could take it off my hands. That's why I arranged this meeting. Albus gazed at the small USB Isaac put on the table. Inspector Isaac, why me? There was a colleague of mine who believed that 11th Hour would eventually be the best company in Valhalla. The best troubleshooter company. That's right. It's a reference to a heroic troubleshooter company that was capable of solving cases and helping people everywhere, at every moment. Somewhat symbolic. We are far from that. Albus, aren't you seeking the truth regarding the nightmare of the year 793? Did I hit the mark? No, I'm not pursuing any truths or anything so grandiose. Just like with my mother's grave, I'm simply curious about my father who went missing and what happened back then. The cases 11th Hour have been dispatched to lately are definitely oriented towards making a good-looking career. They pay your company well and are helpful to the development of its members and involve major cases in that district. A company with a good performance record is inevitable. Some time ago, Albus, I started to notice a sense of incompatibility between your ideals as a troubleshooter and your company case record. 11th Hour doesn't seem to get involved in cases if they can't greatly impact your career, even if they can be easily taken care of. Your company has been taking the most efficient shortcuts to climb the ranks. I hardly think this is a coincidence. At the current rate, your company would rank silver in only a year. Something impossible in other districts where there are dozens of competitors. Contemplating this gave me an answer to why someone as talented as you would choose this district rather than Yggdrasil district. You're trying to acquire the right to browse high-ranking security information as soon as possible. I believe you may be giving me too much credit, Isaac. I'm not so cunning. If my thoughts were out of line, I apologize. If you refuse to take it, then I'll discard it when the time comes. Even if I take it, it'll have to be discarded someday, Inspector. Doesn't matter. I understand you. See, I think this is kind of showing us that that Albus isn't as cookie-cutter good guy as he keeps trying to show off. I've been having this feeling for a long time about Albus, that he's a little more, that there's an ulterior motive to everything. You know, and I'm kind of glad that it's slowly being kind of revealed. Boss, we lost contact with the outskirts team. I told the members on standby to come at once, but considering the traffic, it'll take some time. Is this due to me? No, this is my business. Excuse me? There's so many of our own people who don't like the idea of the Black Tiger Gang changing into a legal corporation, and to those people, I am the one who caused the damage, so they want to get rid of me no matter what it takes. This is a rebellion against Trey. We should find and punish them. They're hiring mercenaries because they don't want to betray the Black Tiger Gang itself. We'll respond to it as usual. Got it. This happens whenever we move in small numbers. I've never received a single report regarding these issues. I don't want these obstacles getting in the way of legalizing the Black Tiger Corporation, so naturally I make sure to cover these kind of issues up. When a violent act occurs, a civilian calls the police, and they identify what happens at the scene. In other words, violent acts can never be concealed if the police don't cooperate. Oh, don't tell me you're bribing officers. Bribe? Call it what you want. But concealing such incidents doesn't necessarily require bribing. I'm an ex-SWAT inspector. I have my hands in a few pockets. Still, concealing crimes is a crime. Just let it go this time. Haven't I responded well to the plea bargain you requested? That's because it will all be settled in due time. No worries. For now, you should leave here safely before you get involved. We'll clear a path for you. You're not going, Inspector? Running away won't stop internal conflicts. I should subdue them immediately to show them the will of the company. I have strong people to help me here, and the reinforcements are coming as well. I shouldn't have any trouble. I can help. Thank you, but you should leave. Your presence would only cause misunderstandings. I'll do my best to cause no harm to the civilians, so please, leave for now. Got it. I hope we meet again under less dire circumstances. Okay. Can I... Oh, don't freeze on me, for the love of God. I believe there was an update since I last played, so hopefully everything should be good. Albus Isaac. Albus fails to leave the site in time. So does that mean I have to beat the does that mean I have to get out before the reinforcements, or I'm not entirely sure. honestly, right now I'm just gonna I'm gonna play it as defensively as I can and just try and hunker down in this this opening square, because we've got enemies coming at us from here, and guess what? From here. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of, like I said, hunker down and good dodge. I really got to figure out how to get forestallments on some of my units, because that is a really cool skill. And I can take those shots, but they're bad. And with as few units as I have here, I think the smarter option would be to hang out and use our overwatches. Yeah, you see what I mean? They're coming in from everywhere. Oh god, used up all of our... There you go. And of course he's almost dead. Isaac's health is almost completely gone now. There goes one of our units.
행운이 따르는군.
I gotta make sure Isaac's got health to work with. Let's go here.
역시 그냥 물러서지는 않는 건가?
Little disappointed I didn't get Blade Storm. And now everyone dies because I don't have enough. Trying to think here. Oh yeah, they also neutralize counterattacks, so fantastic.
행운이 따른다고 방심하지 않습니다.
And does that neutralize my counterattack? No, it doesn't.
자, 바람과 함께 사라지세요.
But it's still gonna be. But still, I mean, even if Albus is getting closer to that exit, he's not gonna get an action. That's the That's the other problem with this. They just keep attacking him, taking away all my actions, or they keep increasing my timer. Yeah, even if the stun clears, I still get killed because of the poison. And mission over. All right, guys. I gotta close this one here because either I need to level up Albus or something, but I keep getting one-shotted. There's nowhere that I can move that's gonna. I don't want to say keep me safe, but I can't make a stand anywhere. These guys with these metal bars and the fucking bike helmets with their clenched fist, they have that attack that can hit from range, or not range, but that AoE knockback that keeps stunning me. It one-shots some of the black tigers that I'm with. Albus can't. I keep. He gets swarmed by melee guys, so I can't get him enough actions to actually try and make a run for the exits. Hell, these bike helmet dudes nullify my my counterattack, so I can't figure out how to beat this. If anybody out there knows the trick to this one, let me know. I'm sorry this one's so freaking short. But it's like I said, but I've sat here for probably 30 minutes. And I made 15, 16 attempts, and it just keeps ending after I get about 2 actions. So I can't figure this one out. If anybody knows the trick to this one, let me know. Is it just that I'm under-leveled, or is this one just a bitch and a half, and you have to play it a very certain way and get lucky to get through? If anybody knows, let me know. Either way, I'm gonna go do something else before I break my computer. Thanks for watching, guys. Social media's in the description. Like, comment, not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned more next time. Until then, my name's AJ Gels, 7th Game Channel. I'm out.